Mike Owens with Inside Fighting. In case you can't tell, we're in a Las Vegas casino, and I'm joined by the main man, Brandon Royval, who returns to action. UFC 317, facing Josh Fan. Brandon, good to see you, my man. How are things?
Good to see you too. Good, man. Just fucking living life, cutting weight. Not cutting weight, but like losing weight and training, getting last minute training in.
Do you want to hear a stat?
What's that?
This is going to be your 11th fight in the UFC.
Oh wow!
And
See,
your 7th in Las Vegas.
I was wondering that of like how many fights I have in the UFC compared to like even Joshua Van. I'm like, has this motherfucker got more fights than me? But yeah.
He's probably getting close, isn't he? He's probably on 7 or 8 at least.
He's 8. Yeah. It's crazy though, man. It's fucking Vegas is second home. Actually, and as soon as I land, it's like fight time all the time. So if I'm in Vegas, there's a fight going down.
Do you come here often? You come here like
I
the season?
I used to date somebody down here, so I was here fucking like every other month, or at least a month or something. So yeah, fucking too much, honestly. Vegas is just full of arguing and fighting and fights, you know. So
do you have a wildest Las Vegas story you could tell us?
The wildest Las Vegas story? I mean, fuck, bro. One time I was out here for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. This is when I was 21 or something. And watched Anderson Silva. I was at the very highest, like the highest seats you can get, and heard Anderson Silva break his leg. And I like when he threw the kick, I was like, it's broken. And I've seen 3 people break their legs live on fucking in person. Yeah, knock on wood, bro. That's like actually one of my biggest fears. I stopped throwing leg kicks for like 2 years after that. And like in fights, like I wouldn't throw any leg kicks. I'm like, only head kicks and anything above the leg for sure.
That's bizarre you saying that, because I couldn't imagine watching you fight without you throwing leg kicks or without you throwing some kind of kick. It's so integral to your game.
Yeah, I feel like I go pretty high, like body or height, just because being an open stance is like it's easy to check that kick and it's hard to hit the calf. But maybe we'll switch things up and attack Josh's calf or some shit.
Let's get it out the way. Was there a shift when you went from Manel Cap to Joshua Van? Obviously, there's going to be a physical shift in terms of training and preparation.
Yeah, I would say like, mentally, no. I think Joshua Van's the shit. Like, I really think this kid's good. Honestly, just like without the notoriety of like what he's accomplished with the number next to his name sucks. But like, as far as skill wise, I think he's fucking just as dangerous as Manel Cape. Their best wins are the same. Like I think both their best wins are the same guys, and I think Joshua Van might have the cooler wins of the two.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think. At least the top wins that they both have is fucking, I don't know, I would say Joshua Van looked cooler on some of the opponents, you know?
When did he come onto your radar as a potential
I've actually watched...
you said this in the media room, didn't you? You saw him watch a Fury FC?
I was watching him come up through Fury, so I was there for his title fight in Fury when he won, and then got signed to go fight Zig Elias, whatever the hell his name is, and, so, I've been watching Josh Van forever. He was actually presenting me for UFC Denver like a week before the fight, and I was like, bro, I'm ranked number 1. You guys give me a week to prepare. In my own fucking city is crazy. So like I kind of went off on that one, but yeah. So he's been on. They've offered me to him one time. That's actually like that's another crazy thing. They offered him to me. He just got pulled out of he didn't pull out of a fight. His opponent pulled out, and they offered him like a short notice versus me, and I was like, he's in shape. I'm not in shape. It's like all the settings for like not good stuff. Yeah. And then on top of that, it's like my hometown. It's like I'm ranked number 1. I should have been the main event of that place, if I'm being fucking honest. So I was like, nah, it's fucking stupid. I should have at least known about it a month before or 2 months before, you know.
So this fight's almost been a long time coming without us knowing, because there's been potential times it could have happened.
Yeah. They went to go fight Charles Johnson, and Charles Johnson won the fight, but, still went out there and took a fight, and kid's a gangster, you know.
Is you and Manel Cap starting to become the flyweight version of Khabib and Tony? In terms of the fight everyone wants to see, but for some reason it just doesn't seem to be able to happen.
I feel like he's had maybe a couple of like those incidents, but another one I can think of is Alex Perez and Matt Schnell. They got paired up like 5 times, just never worked out. So yeah, maybe it's one of those. Maybe I feel like me and him are bound to meet. I spent a lot of time preparing for him, and I'm sure vice versa. So I seen like when he like posted him breaking his foot, the opponent. I mean, I don't think he fought like me, but he was a southpaw and maybe like around my height. So it was interesting to kind of like, oh, okay, so he was preparing, very specifically, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he showed me the video actually yesterday of the leg breaking. And you're right, the guy throws like an inside leg kick similar to the way he throws an inside leg kick and the guy checks it.
Yeah.
Talking about this fight, the Manel Cap fight originally was billed as a flyweight title eliminator. Have the stakes changed in this fight, or in your mind, if you win on Saturday night, you fight for the title next?
Yeah, no. In my mind, I'm gonna go out there, make statements, and go fight for the belt next. So nothing changes for me. You know, just gotta go make something happen.
See, a lot of fighters ranked number 1, offered number 11 on any circumstances might say no. A lot of guys, when you get as high as you've got, want to defend that ranking and want to fight up. Now, the only guy to fight up is the champion, who, you know, you fought fairly recently, but a lot of guys would turn this opportunity down. Why were you the guy who said yeah and stepped up?
I think that he was ranked number 14 when I said yes originally, honestly. Wow. But yeah, he's ranked number 11 now, which is dope. I don't know, man. I just want to fight on this card. I really want to fight. I've been preparing super hard for Manal. The injury happened, and that sucked. And, you know, I need to make money. I need to make statements. I miss fighting. I miss this being scared. I miss this feeling of, like, oh, damn, I fight in 3 days, of, like, you know, just the intenseness of it. I miss fucking walking out. I miss everything, bro. So it's just like, you know, this is the life I prepared for, and I want to go out there and just make it happen. And these are the moments I dreamed of being on big cards and being featured or like, what's it called, the feature fight? Or,
the featured,
you know, all of it is just like, all of it scares me and intimidates me, and and then, you know, what intimidates me is losing my number 1 spot against, you know, up and comer. So I mean, what's life worth if you're not doing scary shit and shit that scares you all the time? So you know, definitely fucking spend a lot of time worrying about it and all that. So it's like, it's a life worth living, you know.
You miss being scared. A lot of people who don't watch fight sports won't understand what that means.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking. A lot of people won't understand what fighting is either. You know, like I run into people and bump into people every day. Like, why do you do that? I'm like, I couldn't explain it to you. I love competing. I love you know, I love training. I love fucking learning. I love all of it, and it's so cool. And, you know, these new obstacles and new challenges, I got a 2 weeks to prepare for something a little different. And you know, I think that it's just been, you know, it's a fun little puzzle to figure out. You know, I'm figuring out with my best friends, and you know, my team's full of my best friends, and fucking we're figuring out little puzzles together, and it's just cool. It's a cool little thing to be doing, you know.
It's also pretty cool to be fighting on the undercard, or fighting the fight before the world title fight in your division against a guy that you've already fought twice and a guy who you've already submitted. It's an interesting narrative.
Exactly, and I think that was like part of like the negotiation when I was fighting Joshua Banez. I'm like, all right, dude, you guys got to give us like something more important, and they were like stoked to do it, you know. So, you know, I think Joshua Banez exciting, man. I think people are excited about him. I'm excited about him. You know, I'm a fan first, and like it's just cool to watch him fight anyway. So, might as well test my skills versus his. I want to see what his boxing's like. I want to see what everything's like, you know. I want to find out, you know.
I love it. Talking about the title fight, how much of a shot do you give Kai Kara France against Pantoja?
I give him a shot against anybody. That motherfucker hits hard. Pantoja's there to get hit. I think Pantoja's like chin's pretty fucking flawless at this point. But you know, something's got to give eventually. You know, so we'll see. We'll see if Kai Kara France is the one to do it. He seems like he believes in himself, and I don't know. I think stylistically, if he doesn't get changed, it's a horrible matchup for Kai Kara France. I think he does better off people that give him space. You see with the Usyk fight, I think Usyk's a hell of a fighter. Gave him space, gave him a lot of movement to cover and catch him, where it's like some of that smothers that power. I think he's going to have a little bit harder time with, and I think Pantoja will close that distance really quick. I don't know if the statistic's still true, but when I fought Kai Kara France, I remember thinking like we're going to attack, and I couldn't use my right arm, so I remember idea was to like attack his right arm pretty heavily, and I think the statistic that we were looking at is he didn't drop anybody after the second round or the third round. And it was the first round where he did all of his damage, and it could still be true. I think all his rounds are first round knockouts, and like when he hurt people were all first rounds, and then second, third round is where it kind of power went down, or at least according to statistics, it seemed like it. You know.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's true anymore, or if that's. I believe that's what was the truth then when we were watching his fights.
The only one I can think of a second round knockout for Kara France was Bontarine. That was
that was first round.
Was it first?
Yeah, it was first round. He was dominating. I think
it was. You're right. You're right. It was late into the
last
first,
second.
Wasn't it?
That was like last minute.
10 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
Is there a better outcome for you in the co-main event, i.e., for your career and trying to get the title?
If Kai Kara France wins, I think I'm guaranteed a title shot. If I win too, you know. Yeah, I think Kai Kara France, I already have a win over him. I think, the only thing that's holding me back from already getting title shots is Pantoja. Pantoja's been hard to beat,
Yeah. Last question from me. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh, yeah.
If everything goes as planned on Saturday night, when Dana White walks in the press room and is asked about your fight, what do you want him to say?
I want fight of the night. I want a performance bonus. I want 2, bro. I want to walk away like Moda Nazim. I want 2 bonuses. I want a title shot, and being greedy, I want to get my name on that pound for pound rankings pretty soon here too. So I think I'm one of the top 5. I think I'm one of the more skilled fighters, and it's like I see some of these guys that are on the pound for pound rankings, and some are amazing, by the way. But some of them, like, these are like one trick ponies almost. They're good at like one thing or like not the other, and it's like I'm a well-rounded fighter, and I want to go prove that skill set.
Who are you thinking of?
What do you mean?
When you say the one-dimensional guys on the pound for pound?
Oh man, I don't even want to say it because at the end of the day, it's still pound for pound, and I'm in the smallest weight class, so I ain't trying to get my ass whipped. But some of these dudes are like, I don't even know if they've ever trained ground or vice versa, So it's whatever. It is what it is. But as far as skill set goes, I think I'm up there for some of the skilled and more dangerous fighters in the world as far as like ground game plus striking. I'm dangerous. I'm gonna threat everywhere, and I think that's one of the biggest difference in this fight too. Is like Joshua Van goes against a lot of one-dimensional strikers, and it's easy to look good against Cody Durden. It's easy to look good against a gassed-out Cody Durden in a boxing match. It's easy to look good against Bruno Silva, who's if you're a good striker, a guy like Bruno Silva, you're gonna strive against because he's pretty planted. He's going to telegraph every single punch he has. He's not that tall. It's like I fucking throw knees higher than Joshua Van's head. I elbow, I kick, I throw punches, Like there's nothing that I don't do come striking-wise. And if it goes to your ground, I might just snatch your neck,
I love it. Brandon, always a pleasure. Even better in person.
I know, yeah. Nice to meet you officially, bro. That's just dope.
So good to see you, my man. Best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for your time.